401k savings crisis in America for Generation X, and young people may have a phone addiction. Today, I read an article on Yahoo Finance written by Carrie Hannon titled, Gen X is the 401k experiment generation. Here's how that's playing out. According to the author, Generation X has been the alpha tester for the 401k retirement system, and the gloomy results are rolling in. Nearly half of Gen Xers say their retirement savings are behind schedule, according to the newly released Goldman Sachs Retirement Survey. I'm going to stop here for a moment. You might be wondering what the author is talking about. She's implying that Generation X is one of the first generations where large numbers of people shifted away from lifetime pensions to a 401k. Here are my thoughts. We are starting to see the collateral damage from this with baby boomers. Some never worked a job with a pension, and some never put money away in a 401k. This is why we are hearing about baby boomers living in their cars, because they can't afford to rent an apartment in their area, because all they have to survive on is Social Security. It is truly sad. Some retired people are being crushed by inflation. The cost of living adjustments provided by Social Security are simply not keeping up. On the flip side, there are baby boomers who are retired with lifetime pensions with no financial worries in the world. This is not going to be as prevalent in the future with people in Generation X. They will need to rely on whatever they saved in their 401k. The problem is, some are living paycheck to paycheck right now, and they can't even begin to think about contributing to a 401k. They may reach a point where they can't work anymore due to a variety of reasons, and they will need to retire. I believe massive numbers of people will be in a situation where they have to figure out how to live on Social Security without any other income. This grand experiment with 401ks is going to be really interesting in the long run. Not only is it going to be interesting, I believe it is going to be very sad. I think we could see a humanitarian crisis on our hands when younger generations reach retirement age, unless they found a way to contribute meaningful amounts of money to a 401k, unless they received an inheritance, or unless they own some other assets that provide a financial return. Getting back to the article, the author discussed why Generation X has a sluggish retirement savings rate. She referenced the Goldman Sachs Retirement Survey, which revealed this was due to credit card debt and existing loans, especially student loans, plus financially supporting family members. My heart goes out to people in Generation X who are struggling with credit card debt, student loans, and still trying to figure out how to support family members. I hope these people are able to figure out a way to live beneath their means or increase their income so they can contribute to some type of retirement plan. If someone doesn't want their money in a 401k, I hope they can find some other plan. Maybe they could buy some income-producing rental properties or farmland or buy a business. I just hate to think about people in Generation X reaching an age where they can no longer work, but they lack the savings to live with financial security. I don't want to read about waves of people living in their cars or living in tents on the sidewalk. We are already reading about this in the news in some cities in America. I really hope this does not get worse in the future. Now, the author of this article shared some disturbing information, so sit down and prepare yourself. Gen Xers say they will need, on average, $1.56 million in savings to retire comfortably, but to date, they only have saved an average of $109,600, and more than 1 in 3 Gen X workers have dipped into their savings or taken out a loan to pay for monthly bills. To me, this is scary. $109,600 will only generate $4,384 per year when applying the 4% rule. That's only $365.33 per month. Add that to whatever you get from Social Security, and you may have a hard time even surviving in a small studio apartment in some parts of America. That $365.33 might cover your food for a month if you are strategic at the grocery store and we don't experience any more inflation. It will really depend on what type of food you eat and what kind of drinks you purchase. I read some of the comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. One commenter said, "First year Gen X here. I am one of those who did not start saving early. I didn't start contributing to my current 401k until I was 40. It was still enough time though. I will retire at 62 with enough money to last the rest of my life. So it is never too late to get started. You just have to prioritize it if you want to actually retire." The next commenter said, "The original designers of the 401k did not intend it to be the primary retirement system. They only designed it to be a supplement to a pension, but then companies found out that it was much cheaper to direct employees to a 401k instead of providing a pension, hence the giant shift to 401k retirement plans as the primary retirement mechanism." Another commenter said, "From reading these comments, I seem to have gotten pretty lucky. Gen Xer recently retired at 51. I started working in the mid-90s and investing in traditional 401k and Roth IRAs. Back then, I didn't really take it too seriously and only had about $250,000 back in 2013. But then I buckled down and also bought into some very good tech stocks. By 2020, I was up to 1 million, and now in 2024, I'm up to 2 million, not including house, cars, which are paid off, and no credit card debt. I didn't really plan to retire early, but it was sure nice to have the option whenever I finally had enough of management and their bad vibes." This next comment may resonate with some of you. One of the biggest issues is folks just spend money they don't have. A family of 5 at one day at Disney can cost $1,000 for entry. With hotel and food, you can bump that up to $1,500 easily just for the day. You see families spending an entire week there. These are the same people who are paying the minimum balance on credit cards. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. You have to wonder how some younger generations are going to hold a job long enough to be able to contribute money to a 401k. I read an article today on ZeroHedge.com written by Tyler Durden, likely a pseudonym for writers at Zero Hedge, titled, "Arizona Biology Teacher Quits Due to Students' Addiction to Their Cell Phones." The author of this article referenced a biology teacher in Arizona who said he is giving up because he can't control phone usage. This person has been a teacher for 11 years. He said, and I'll quote, "I have been struggling with mental health this year, mostly because of what I identified as basically phone addiction with the students. Here are my thoughts. I am sorry to hear about this teacher resigning. I hope the school can find a new teacher who can educate these students. This is not the first time I have heard about phones being a problem in schools. I really don't understand why they are allowed in schools. When I was a public school teacher decades ago, there were certain things not allowed in the school building or in the classroom. I remember when the principal was walking down the hall and he heard a meow. He had the janitor open up one of the lockers and there was a cat inside. A student had brought her cat to school so she could pet it between classes. I understand parents want their kids to have a phone so they can call them or text them in the event plans for being picked up after school change, but the drawbacks of having phones in school probably outweigh the benefits in my opinion. When these young people get into the workforce, their employers are probably not going to be very happy when work isn't getting done because they are on their phones all the time. I see this when I'm at restaurants. I wonder why no one has come to my table to fill up my empty water cup, and I see the waitress in the corner playing on her phone. I think this is a big problem in society, but what do I know? I'm just some guy on YouTube. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link in the description beneath this video. You can read more about the different membership levels. Please also check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.